Hello my dear students, how are you? Today we will talk about the comparative and superlative adverbs. Before we start, we need to know what is an adverb. An adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So what is an adverb? It tells me about a verb, it tells me more about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Okay, it describes, it tells me, okay, it modifies. So all of these words can describe the adverb. When we compare, we use two forms. Okay, one of them is the comparative form, and we use the comparative form of an adjective or adverb to compare two things. Okay, so we use the comparative to compare two things, comparative two things, comparative two things, and we use the superlative form of an adjective or an adverb to compare three or more things. Okay, so the superlative form of an adjective or adverb compares three or more things. So superlative, three or more, superlative, three or more, superlative, three or more, comparative, two, comparative, two. Okay, like adjectives, some adverbs can take comparative and superlative forms with er or est. Okay, so we will use er with the comparative form and we add est to the adverb with the superlative form. Here we have some examples. Sally works hard. Steve works harder than Sally. So we added er here because we have two. We have two, Steve and Sally. So we added er to make comparative. To make comparative, okay? Kathy and Sue work the hardest of all. We have a group now. So when we compare a group, we add est to the adverb. Est. Okay, usually when we compare two, we have than, harder than, we add er and we can see the word than, harder than. Okay, for adverbs ending in ly, we add more to make comparative. Okay, we add more to make the comparative form, and we add most to make the form of the superlative. Let's have some examples. The bird sings loudly. The bird sings loudly. So the adverb here is loudly. It has ly at the end. So it has a different form. It has two syllables. So when we make comparison, we add more or most. The children sing more loudly than the bird. We have to compare between two things. Okay, the children and the bird. We have two sides now. So we added here more to make the comparative form because the adverb has ly at the end. Okay, of all three, Pete sings the most loudly, the most loudly. So we add here most to the adverb to make comparison. Okay, we have here some of the adverbs and we will see the form of the comparative and the superlative. Okay, early, earlier than, the earliest, early, earlier than, the earliest, hard, harder than, the hardest. We said before that we use the comparative form to compare two sides, two things, and we use the superlative to compare more than two. Okay, high, higher than, the highest, late, later than, the latest, low, lower than, the lowest, near, nearer than, the nearest, slow, slower than, the slowest, soon, sooner than, the soonest, straight, straighter than, the straightest. Okay, this is the end of our show. Hope you enjoyed. See you and bye bye.